With this air cooler, we can wrap up literally everything that we have with LCD screens. Today we're talking about TRYX TURRIS 620, which is a dual tower, dual fan configuration air cooler, which comes with a quite large LCD screen on front, which you can customize in TRYX Canali software as per any of their products that actually have LCD screen. Now, going forward with this, it's a quite nice minimalistic design if you take into consideration literally everything else apart from the screen, right? Because we're having a quite nice mixture of designs here on front, not including the LCD, because you can change whatever you want to do with it and to show whatever you wish. But when we're talking about this gloss part with the TRYX logo and some lettering over here at the bottom, then we have fan which aren't RGB. So this is the segment where we're talking about minimalistic design, but yet effective. And this is really cool because actually it fits quite nicely in the TRYX FLOVA, and that's also great. Now for this video and for this benchmark, what I did is, and what I mentioned in the FLOVA F50 is, I removed the blades on the side to get that specific airflow for the air cooler. Now let's stop talking about the FLOVA F50 because you have that review in the description below, or at the end of this video you can check it out. But quite curious, in the comments, let me know if you're more on the air cooler side or liquid cooling side. Let me know, I'm really curious. Now let's move forward with this TURRIS 620 air cooler. Talking about the installation process, it's quite easy and straightforward. When we're talking about the AMD processor, you have to remove the original retention brackets from the motherboard. You place 4 thumb screws, which are basically quite simple. There's no need for any additional screws. You place 2 retention brackets, one at the top and one at the bottom. You do have to take a look at the arrows that are written on them so you know where the direction basically is for those, and for locking nuts to lock them in place. Now when you place the air cooler, the TURRIS 620, on those retention brackets, you have those 2 threads, one at the top and one at the bottom, from those retention brackets. Now before you go with that, you can actually go with an offset, one for Intel, one for AMD. And in this scenario, since I'm running an AMD processor, I did the offset with the AMD. Of course, quite logical. It's actually really straightforward. You have 2 screws that are holding the bracket that attaches to retention brackets, and you use their screwdriver to untie them, reposition the cooler, find those 2 holes for the threads for the screws, and basically lock it in place. After that, when you're done with that, you have to place thermal paste on the processor, place the cooler on top, and just tie up those 2 screws. Now regarding the middle fan is, well, I would say some sort of a combination of blended in with the chassis, so you're pulling out the top and bottom plastic of the fan as well with the fan. This gives you an option to access those screws quite easily and straightforward. Now, in that scenario, you're placing it back, you're daisy chaining 2 PWM headers, one for the front fan and one for the middle fan, and connecting it to CPU fan 1. In addition to that, there is one more cable, which is USB 2.0, actually to control the LCD screen. So you're connecting it at the bottom part of the motherboard to USB 2.0 internal header, and that's it. The top cover, which is this one right here, let me just show you. So we're having this panel, which when you go at the back, you have 4 pogo pins and a circuit board that actually does all the work, of course, with the LCD screen. So placing it back on is really straightforward and simple. You're just locking it in, and when it recognizes everything, it starts showing the graphics from the TRYX Canali. Simple as that. Now more into details regarding the screen, we have 1280 x 720 60 Hz IPS 5-inch display. It supports Canali software, magnetic contact connection, as you saw just earlier, with possibility to display system information, custom material uploading, which means that you can do wonders through the Canali software doing your custom design in that 5-inch screen. And of course, you have a couple of presets in that library, so you can adjust literally all of those, and up to 3 different sensors that can be placed here. Usually you would go most likely with the CPU and GPU temperature, but that's it. Now it also lets you upload, as already stated, but uploads and play custom GIFs, images or videos up to 500 megabytes. So that's actually quite cool. And apart from the CPU and GPU temperature, you can also show utilization and core frequencies which is also outstanding, including rams. Now for some specifications, we have the front fan, which spins up to 1850 RPMs, the middle fan spins up to 1800 RPMs. Total noise output is 32.5 decibels, with the cooling capacity reaching up to 280 watts TDP. Regarding the construction, we're having dual towers, as you already know, but 6 heat pipes with 6 millimeters diameter. Then when we go with socket compatibility, LGA 1851 and 1700 for the Intel, and AMD AM4 and AM5. Dimensions are 165, 135, 165. So in majority of the cases, it will definitely fit. Heatsink dimensions are up to 159 when you remove the screen and the front fan, which is also possible to adjust based on the RAM. So that gives you an option to adjust it up to 175. So it gives you 1 centimeter higher clearance, which means that RAMs can go from 45 to 55 millimeters, which is great. Total weight is 1.85 kilos. We're having fan dimensions 120, 120, 25. Fan airflow is 66.32 CFM with fan air pressure at 2.1 millimeters H2O. Now, the decibel range is at the highest 32.5, which means that the RPMs for the front fan are 1850 and the middle fan is 1800. Now, when we're talking about the heat pipes, there is also something quite important to give you information, basically. Comparing the heat pipes and how they're soldered, standard soldering is much different because this one, TURRIS, well, basically TURRIS, has void-free soldering, which reduces thermal gaps, fewer hotspots, consistent temperatures, and supports quieter operation. And finally, what to add regarding this, you have 6 years warranty on the cooler and 3 years warranty on the LCD screen. Now, I think it's time to show some benchmarks because after all, we did go through literally everything. And what do you think? Will it cool any of your processors? Let me know. Let me know. I'm quite curious. Now let's move forward because I have a regular processor here. AMD Ryzen 9 7900X3D. We're talking about AIDA 64 Extreme Edition system stability test. CPU went up to 91 degrees with the clock speed 4775 megahertz clock speed. Talking about AIDA, let's say placement, the thermals are quite normal. I would say a bit above average, which is great, and the clock speed is below average, but nothing drastical, and I wouldn't worry about because in Cinebench it shows a completely different picture. We're having 81 degrees. 10 runs on average. That is outstanding. Clock speed is 4973 and it goes into top 3 for all air coolers that I tested, 26,408. I think that brings us to the point that in this configuration, because I saw loads of other builds with front and side intake fans in the FLOVA F50, I'm just running the crosshair here on the side and it still has enough airflow for the GPU. GPU was around 64 and still collects enough air for this TURRIS 620. Let's be honest, in idle this processor usually is around 50-51, here is 47-48. So take that also into consideration. And that's it, guys. TURRIS 620. I'm quite impressed and I'm really digging the LCD screen, since this is actually the first LCD screen on an air cooler that I'm having on the channel, and I honestly don't think I saw any other. This basically deserves a PC Crazy Creative badge, and just because of that, yeah, there's nothing left to say, guys. Links for the TRYX TURRIS is in the description, and I'll add the FLOVA F50 if you want to pair it up, because it really does blend in quite nicely. Of course, you can adjust the color scheme and everything all together regarding the screen, regarding the whole interior, but that's all up to you. I'm not going to go into that segment. So the links are in the description. Do let me know what you think about the TRYX TURRIS, and would you actually place it inside your build, and which CPU will you pair it up with? And that'll be all for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, click the notification bell, and I'll see you quite shortly in a new one. Thank you. Bye bye.